Glee and Blaine. So let's talk about them. Hey, welcome. My name is Nilu and this is my first video. I want to make a series of videos called Klaine Talk, in which we talk about Klaine, obviously. But first I want to make an introduction video to tell you about who I am, how I started watching Glee, and what am I planning to do and why am I doing this. So, let's go. Nilu is short for Nilufar, which means lotus in Persian. And English isn't my first language, obviously, and I still make mistakes because I never took any English class or anything. I just watched lots of movies and TV shows and listened to lots of songs. And now I think I can speak English. I'm not quite sure, but I know that I still make mistakes and my accent isn't good at all, but I don't have anyone here to talk to, so I talk to myself in my head, and that doesn't improve your accent, so I apologize first. But if I want to tell you about myself, I've been in the fandom for a while, and I heard that the stereotype Klaine shippers, Klainers, I guess, are teenagers. But I'm not. I'm 30. I was born in 1992, and I watched the show recently, so it's not that I grew up with the show. So there's that. And I went to art school. I studied graphic computer, and I'm a theater kid. I went to college. I studied theater, playwriting. I'm a writer. I love to call myself a writer. I'm not a professional writer yet. I hadn't made any money, but fingers crossed, I'm writing my first novel in English, and it's very exciting and very, very scary because writing in another language about a character that is American, lives in LA, and all that, another culture, another everything, it's really hard, but it's the story that I'm really passionate about, and I think it's very, very important. And if I have to learn another language and I do lots of research and do everything to make it happen, I'm gonna do it. So here's that. And I don't know, there's not much about me to tell you. Why am I even telling you this is because probably I'm gonna look at this show and this relationship and these characters mostly from a writer's perspective. And I want to figure out why do I like this so much and why does it work, which part of it works and which parts I would change or all that. So how did I even started watching the show? I'm a big fan of Neil Patrick Harris, and a few years ago I decided to watch everything he has ever done, and I realized that he was in one episode of this show called Glee that I've never heard of before. I know it's crazy, but it's not big in here. So I did a little bit of research and I realized that the show is a musical and I love musicals. And so I thought, okay, should I just jump into his episodes or should I start from the beginning? Because I don't like skipping the shows. I love watching them from the beginning, but he was just in one episode. But I said, okay, I'm gonna watch the pilot, and if I liked it, then I'm gonna keep watching. But if it wasn't my type of show, then I'm gonna skip to his episode. So I watched the pilot and I liked it, and I kept on watching till I reached his episode, and I loved it. But the thing is, I'm not really into drama and romance and all that stuff. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna stop watching now. I never meant to drop it completely. But I said, okay, I'm gonna stop now and I'm gonna return to this later, maybe. I always meant to go back and watch it. But it's one of those shows that you keep telling yourself that yes, I'm gonna go watch it in the right time, and the right time never comes. But it was more than a year ago, and I was in a bad place, and I needed something cheerful and light to make me happy. And I remembered Klaine and said, okay, let's go back and watch that one. I started from the beginning again because I've forgotten everything I've said. And this time I started to like it more. And it's funny, maybe I was trying to shut down the real world so much that I needed something to care about. And these characters and these stories became that. But this time I started to care more about the characters, and especially Kurt, because of course I'm gonna fall in love with him. It's exactly my type, and I'm not talking about a sexual romantic kind of type. My love is that if I love you so much, I'm gonna adopt you and you be my kid. That's how I love. And he became my kid. And then we went to season 2 and he met Klaine. And it's so funny, I still don't get it, but the first time they met and Blaine took Kurt's hand and they started running down that slow-mo hallway, I said, oh, they look cute together. And I literally paused the show and went, what the hell? Because I'm not into shipping, like, at all. I think I'm Arrow Ace. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm definitely Ace, but probably Arrow too. And I'm not really interested in shipping. I never really cared about any ships that much. My most favorite ship before them, it was Fitzsimmons from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And even with them, it took me a few seasons to start shipping them, and it became a bit annoying at the end, and not the characters, but the story that they weren't even together for 5 minutes. And that became annoying, and not that they split them up, it's like one of them would live in another planet suddenly, so that became annoying. And I was like, can they be together for 5 minutes, please? And yeah, but even with them, I wasn't that invested, and never ever I started shipping two people that quickly. It's still funny, I don't get it. But then Klaine started singing, and I fell in love with him right there. And I started caring about them more and more and more. The show went on, and no, I never watched the show only because of them, because I love musicals and I love the songs and I love the performances. But they became the most important part of the show for me, and they still are. Now, I decided to talk about them because I'm more interested in them. I know there were lots of ships in that show, but I didn't really care about any of them that much. And it's not that they weren't good, it's not that it's not really me to care about this. I still have no idea why do I care about these two boys so much. I mean, I have an idea, but I'm not quite sure. Like, I love Kurt as a character so much, and we have so many things in common. But I also love Klaine as a character, and we have so many things in common. So it's not that I feel like I'm Kurt and I want someone like Klaine, or the other way around. But it's that it's like these two represent two parts of me that have always been fighting with each other. And now seeing them together, happy, it's like two parts of me are finally at peace. I know it doesn't make sense, but it makes me feel whole. And oh, so that's how it's gonna be if I finally be at peace with myself. It doesn't make sense. I know. But I don't know, it's a feeling that I have, and there's nothing wrong. There's no wrong feeling, is it? It's just feelings. So maybe this is my way of trying to figure out these feelings, these thoughts. Maybe saying them out loud would help me to understand myself better and help me as a writer. Hopefully that's how it works. So I guess that's why I decided to do this. And I wanted to make a video and talk about them, and then I realized, okay, I can't talk about them for days. So maybe I should split them up in different parts. So I decided to go based on storylines. I think that would be interesting. So I'm editing each storyline and make a little video. I already uploaded 2 on my channel. So I'm probably gonna sit there and watch those videos and talk about them and tell you what I think about the storyline, about directing, acting, music, everything. And try to look at it in a more professional way than just fangirling over them, but probably gonna involve lots of fangirling. And it's gonna be just my opinion, and you might completely disagree with me because I have some unpopular opinions, which we gonna get to them in season 4 and season 6. Believe me, you're not gonna be happy with me, but this is just my opinion. And I love to talk about this. If you disagree with me, as long as you're polite and nice, we can have a good chat together. And write me in the comment, tell me what you think, and help me see this from your point of view. You might not be able to change my mind, and I'm not trying to change yours, but I think that with sharing our perspective, we get a better understanding of this. This is just a fictional show, and these are just fictional characters, I know, but maybe with trying to understand them better, we can understand the real people and real world better, and maybe ourselves better, and it helps us in our lives. So I guess that's my reason for doing this, and just have a chat and have fun. I'm not just gonna compliment this show and everything that happened. There are things that I would have changed and things like that. But in general, I love this show. I love these characters. And I'm genuinely a positive person. So this is gonna be mostly positive. So if you're looking for someone who has hot takes and get mad at people for no reason, it's not really me. I just love this show and I want to enjoy it together. So that's it. I hope you watch my next videos and we get to enjoy that together. Bye! Hi! Hi! Okay, let's go! We're good! Everything's fine! How do I look? Beautiful! Said no one. Okay, shut up. It's not as terrifying as you think. It's okay. It's fine. We're gonna screw this up. That's the worst thing that can happen, right? And then no one's gonna see it. Right? It's fine. It's just for me. It's for me. I'm kind to myself. For once. Do you like Glee? Glee. Glee. Am I even saying the name right? God. What I'm gonna do? Not screw this up. You screw this up? Like, Jesus. This isn't going so well, does it? Let's Klaine talk. Which is, okay, Klaine talk. Klaine talk. It's just, well, yeah, that's what people call them, I guess. Oh God, I hate this. I hate everything about this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate you. Theater. Theater. Trying to have a conversation. Conversations. Good lord. But that was a disaster.